Hello, my name is Asta and welcome back to my channel. So as in for lately, I'm on a quest of finding a perfect foundation for my skin. So for those who don't know, I have combination skin and it's normal elsewhere apart from the T-zone where I get super oily and shiny. So say if I apply a foundation with a primer, in few hours it gets shiny, and in another few hours, typically in 5 hours, it just gets so bad. Literally, oh, I look like melted butter. So I have decided to just keep on looking for the perfect foundation for my skin type. And I have tried quite a few by this time, but I never tried any foundations from Dior brand. So this is the brand that I'm going to be testing today. So after seeing reviews about it on YouTube and reading about it on other websites, I just decided to give it a go. And so this is the Dior Forever Undercover 24 hours full coverage foundation. Okay, so it's water-based 24-hour foundation that has a matte and second skin-like finish, and that goes from day to night. So that's what they say on Dior website. And also that foundation gives full coverage and natural matte finish. It has only 24 shades in the range, which we should know that it's not a lot. I got this shade, and would you believe it's the lightest shade in their collection, and it's a 010. And I think still it's going to be too dark for me, but sure, I just got it because maybe in the summertime when I get some tan, it'll be a better match. You get 40 mils in it, which is quite a lot compared to other brands that only do 30 mils in the bottle. And I paid €45 here in Ireland. I believe it's around $50, and it is on the pricier side. And then the packaging, like the bottle isn't the glass, it's like plastic, so it looks a bit not cheap, but for the $50 or €45, you probably would expect like something like Armani, you know, there's nice kind of glass bottle and it looks kind of more expensive. But sure, and the most important thing is what's inside and how it holds. I shake the bottle really well, and I'm going to apply it at the back of my hand. And first of all, I will be applying it with my beauty sponge. The color, I can instantly see it's very dark, like compare that it's the lightest color in their range. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and start dabbing that on. Well, it's okay. I don't know whether it's because I'm using a damp beauty blender that it's kind of soaking in, or I'm not getting a lot of coverage with this one, so I'll try the brush now as well. I'm gonna go in with the brush and I'm going to see if it's any better. Okay, so it seems like I'm getting more coverage with the brush. Feels lovely on the skin. It's kind of like, it's like a powdery feeling. So I have already applied my primer. Recently I'm loving the Maybelline, this one here at the minute. It's the Maybelline Super Stay primer, and I've been talking about it a few times already. I think it's one of the best at the minute that works for me with different foundations. So first I'm going to try this Dior with this primer underneath. So first impressions, goes on very smoothly. It kind of dries down to the powdery finish. It is a matte, but it's not overly matte. So it's not flat matte. The color, as you can see, is a little bit too dark for me, but that's their lightest shade. So it seems like when I apply it with the brush, it kind of gives me better coverage. It's probably because the beauty blender kind of soaks everything in, so It's good if you want a sheer or lighter coverage for the days you don't want to wear full coverage. It feels super light on the skin. I'm already loving how it feels on the skin. So I'm not getting super huge coverage of it. Like it's, I would say it's more of a medium coverage, unless we can build this up. And I'll try to do that as well, just to see how this performs when it's layered. So now I'm taking a little bit more of a product. I'm gonna go in with my beauty sponge. I'm gonna add another layer, and I just want to see if I can build up the coverage with this. Okay, so at this point I have 3 layers of foundation on me, and this is the coverage, and it's not full coverage. So I had to kind of bring this down my neck a little bit, just to kind of even the skin tone out, because the lightest shade in this foundation is still too dark for me. So it's probably not good for very pasty, pale girls, because they don't have, this is the lightest shade, so it probably would be still too dark for you guys. First impressions, it dries down to like a powdery finish. It does feel a little bit dry around my nose and mouth area, and a little bit dry on my forehead. So these are the places where I get shiny. So I suppose later on in the day, when my natural oil is gonna come through, I hope it won't be as obvious. And yeah, so far it feels lovely on the skin. It doesn't feel anything heavy, or doesn't feel very drying. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do my face now, the full face, and I will be back with you shortly. So I have the rest of my face done, and before I did my contouring and all, I set my foundation with Laura Mercier powder, which I always do. And also I tried the new Hourglass setting powder as well on the sides of my face. I just used Laura Mercier in T-Zone, and the rest of the products actually blended out lovely. It didn't cling onto the foundation, it didn't go on patchy or anything like that. So it will be interesting to see how it holds. So far so good. I love the finish of the face. It does feel a bit dry around my mouth area and a little bit on my forehead, but hopefully when my natural oils come through, it'll be kind of more of a dewier side and not as dry. I will be back later on tonight, and I'll show you how my foundation looks like after like a good maybe 10-hour wear or so. So I'll talk to you guys later. So I'm quickly jumping in to show you my face after I did my workout. So I went to the gym with the face on. I obviously took my lashes off because it's not comfortable to train in them, but this is how it looks so far. I got a little bit shiny. Didn't do any touch-ups as for now, and as you can see, it's very shiny around my nose and on my forehead. And yeah, so I suppose it was about 6-7 hours I'm having this foundation on, and I'll check in again later before I'll go to bed. So it's now nearly 10 hours I'm wearing my Dior foundation, and as you can see, I am super duper oily around my nose and on my forehead as well. I will be testing this foundation for coming few weeks, and then I'll do a full review. As in, for now, I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that. And over the whole day I never touched up or used any powder to reduce the shine, which I normally always do. I just wanted to see how it's actually sits on my face without setting it with powder throughout the day. So next day I'll try to do the same. I'm just gonna do touch-ups, or I'll switch up the primer, or I think I'll do try and mix this foundation with other foundations and see how it's performing as a mixing foundation as well. I will be back later suppose in a week or so, and I'll do a full review about this foundation. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.